What do we have here? Something new, but really it's something old. I had it before, but it got stolen. So we're gonna reopen it, relook at it one time. Probably been a long time since I looked at it. Maybe even, I'm not sure. I'm sure I probably reviewed it. This one definitely has been looked at, and it's an awesome one, but we haven't looked at it in a while too. The Civivi Synergy 3, just really cool milling, which really adds to the grip. Now, Civivi usually does liners that you can see, like this guy. Usually they do the, liners that are parallel with the top edge of the scales. But this guy is one of the few they do that has inset liners. And man, they did such a good job on the inset liners too. I think maybe this side's a G10 only? Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, and so the inset liner is only on the lock side. But man, just really, really nice. It took a while to get it to break in and be pretty smooth, but it's definitely really smooth. Just such a great detent snappiness too. I added the little thumb stud there so you can reverse flick it and thumb it open and stuff like that. But really, the flipper tab is really good by itself. Great sound to it too. The blade is, it's not as slicey as some, but it's pretty good. Trying to remember what the steel is. It's not. I had to check. It's Nitro V, which it's an okay steel. It's like a mid-range, decent budget steel. Looks like it's got maybe a tiny bit of rust along the edge. I think Nitro V can rust. Oh, maybe it's just gunk. Maybe just some gunk I left on it. Let's actually clean it off. We use our shit around here, so the knives end up with maybe some shit on the blade since we're using our shit, and maybe they end up rusting because you left shit on the blade. But looks like this one is not rusting. Just a great knife. Nice slicey shape. I think that big swedge on top kind of adds to the sliciness too, kind of thins it out, especially near the end. It's holding its edge pretty well. I don't know how well Nitro V is known to hold an edge, but it still feels pretty sharp. Let's try the geometry homework and see. Yeah, she's good, man. Yep, I don't think I've sharpened it once. I probably used it, I don't know, at least 10 times, something like that. So pretty nice knife. All right, let's get this new one open. Get a quick look at it. And it is someone left a little note here with it. Oh, just like a receipt, eBay receipt. And this is the CRKT Crossbones. Oh, wow. It is way more beat up than I was hoping. Damn. You know what? I think that's just bare aluminum now. So I think I could take that apart and just run some high grit sandpaper across it, or run it across the sandpaper, and it will be a lot better. Damn. Shit. Let's see. Is it at least decent action? Okay, yeah. How's the blade look? Not too bad. Side is a little, yeah, it's not bad. It's actually a little dirty. I think that's just dirt. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, it's dull as shit too. Oh, wow, man. I should have just bought a new one. But I wanted to save a few bucks. If you buy stuff on eBay and you don't see good, clear pictures like I didn't see, you might want to pass, or at least double check with the seller, because man, the pictures look pretty good, but they weren't super clear, and so that's why it was missing some of these little beat up details on it. But at least I have one again. That is better than not having one, and it's pretty smooth. It's not loose. Blade isn't bent, so at least I got one again. These are really cool little knives, kind of a little gentleman's knife, nice and grippy. Good flipper action, very slicey blade, once it's actually sharp. The design is Park design. I think he did some other knives. I think he's from Hawaii, so his designs always have that kind of interesting Hawaiian flair. It's a CRKT, so I'm assuming the steel isn't anything super great. I don't remember. I was thinking it was maybe 9CR or something like that. But, yeah, ooh, look at that little ding right there. Boy, it looks like they left it in the dryer or something. That's a shame. But I think otherwise it's not too bad. We'll give it some nice sanding along there, and then it'll be ready for deployment in my dress pants whenever we go out on dates and stuff, because that's what I usually use this for. It's like just a real lightweight gentleman's knife that's good for, you know, if you have a shitty steak knife, it's good for cutting your steak. It's good for, you know, anything you might want to use a long, skinny, pointy knife for when you're out in the town and don't want to carry something, you know, much more bigger. Like, you know, that's a great knife, but it's pretty big to have in your dress pants, you know, so this guy's good for that. Very light. What is the weight on this guy? All right, let's get that weight. Let's see, I'm going to say 2.6 ounces. Woo, not bad, 2.4. This is my other pretty light knife, like probably my lightest other knife. Let's see, which one's heavier? I think this one is really close to the same weight. This is the Kershaw Tumbler, and it's a really great one for when you're wearing shorts, stuff like that. Okay, it's a little heavier. Okay, so now this one, I didn't know that. Now look at that too, man. This is aluminum frame, so metal, you know, compared to plastic G10 frame. You would think this guy would be a little lighter. It's got no liner inside. It only has this little piece of metal here and the clip, and then the blade. I guess this blade being so skinny in comparison is why. Although it's actually a little bit longer of a blade. So you would call this a full-size knife, even though it's, you know, very skinny. Uh-oh, gotta reset that. Let's try it again. All right, what was this one? 2.75. And this guy is 2.43. Wow. That is pretty impressively light. 2.5 ounces, basically, for this, you know, all metal, over 3.5-inch blade knife. These are really cool. I missed not having it, and now I love having a nice new, or not new, it's far from new, but another Crossbones. The larger one, they have an even bigger one. It's freaking, I think it's close to 9 inches long, and it probably weighs, you know, more like 4 ounces or something, maybe 5 even, because it's very big. Probably 4.5, something like that. 9 inches long. They call it the Jumbones, and it looks exactly like this was put into an enlargement machine and just blown up a little bit. So that's another option if you want an even bigger one. Boy, this thing could almost be front flipped if it didn't have the bit in the way there. Boy, it really could. They almost had a front flipper and didn't know it and didn't make it work as a front flipper. How weird. That's interesting. I need to do a front flipper episode and go through all my front flippers. I feel like I've been gathering more of them lately. Love me some front flippers. As long as they have another way of opening. I don't like just front flipper for some reason. It's not my thing. So, happy to have my Crossbones again. CRKT did a good job on this one. Now my eBay seller that I got it from maybe didn't do a good job on letting me know that it was pretty beat up. But still happy to have it. And we'll get it cleaned up and prettied up. So it's ready for steak night deployment. Have a nice day. Bonus feature time, knife story time. I'm here on vacation in Mexico, and I have my SRM Rubik with me. I have a few other ones too, but I don't have any of my really, really nice ones. Now, why is that? Because it's the reason that I had to buy that second CRKT Crossbones. The reason is because I went to the Dominican Republic and they stole six of my knives that I brought with me. So now I pretty much only bring cheaper knives, even if I'm going to a place like Mexico where I haven't had any issues with them stealing stuff before. So here's I got the link to the video down in the description, and here's like a little synopsis of why I needed to buy a second Crossbones, because of thieving motherfuckers. What do we have here? We have some bullshit document that allows immigration officials in the Dominican Republic to steal your shit, because these jack donkeys in the Dominican Republic stole 6 of my knives. They're motherfuckers. You know, I don't know if they like if they got caught doing it, or, you know, I don't even know if there'd be anyone to catch them. It's very corrupt there. It's, you know, you could bribe your way, you know, out of stuff and shit like that. I mean, if they'd have let me know they were taking my knives, I would have paid them off so I could keep them, but they didn't even, like, warn, you know, they didn't tell me in any way. So let's take a look at some of these now gone favorites of mine. Anyway, and then underneath it, we have the crossbones. This was a gift from a friend, so it's gone. So that's great. Doesn't make me want to fucking punch somebody or anything. So that's the condensed story of why I needed to buy another crossbones and how I lost some of my knives. So you can check out the whole sad story in the link below. Now, have a nice day.